Hi my lovelies. I was recently tagged in a video by Zach ASMR, and the intention of the tag, I believe, is to help acknowledge and bring recognition to a lot of the content creators 10 content creators that are under 50,000 subscribers and 5 that are over 50,000 subscribers, and to help bring attention to new artists that might not be showing up in YouTube's algorithms, or they might not be shared among other ASMR viewers and creators. I have noticed over the last year or so, since I've started this channel, I've really started going back to looking and watching and listening to independent ASMR content creators that are, I don't want to call them indie because that almost sounds like it's an insult, but I mean, everyone knows the big wigs out there, the Gentle Whispering and Olivia and Charlotte, and they're fantastic content creators. But I think that there's a lot of people that have really good quality content that are just as effective for me, but maybe don't have the same search results or the algorithm patterns that get picked up the way the other creators do. So I think that this is a wonderful way of bringing attention to some of the content creators that I've really enjoyed over the last couple of years, and to help kind of sharing the love and passing the torch a little bit to see what other people are watching. Maybe there's unknown artists out there that I haven't seen, and I would love to hear back from all of you as far as who your favorites are as well. So starting with Zach ASMR, I had found his videos a little while ago, probably about a month or two, and I often am not triggered by visual or light. I get a lot of requests for light tracking and light stimulated videos, and I usually don't get it. But his videos were one of the few that actually have, and I think it's a combination of his nice calm tone, but also his very slow and intentional way of moving the light around the camera, and how he gets really close to the camera. You can kind of feel like there's someone that's like right in front of you, and it's a very good, unique light trigger that I have not felt very often. But he also has some very nice role plays. They're not all light, but those are probably the most notable ones that I have picked up on. So if you're a light trigger lover, you might want to check out his channel. I'll include all the links to everybody down below, so if you would like to check these people out or listen to any videos that I'm particularly talking about, I'll also include those links as well. So, in any kind of a tagging list, I can't make a list without my girls, Crinkle Luvin ASMR and Infinitely ASMR. Crinkle Luvin, she has had a really big boom in the last couple of months. I've noticed that her subscriber count has gone up like 3, maybe 4,000 subscribers in like a 2-month window. I don't know what she's doing, but she's doing really good with it. I mean, it has to be her videos. She has some really, really realistic medical roleplay videos. She just recently had a brain surgery video that came out, and I have never looked forward to brain surgery I never would look forward to brain surgery unless she was my doctor, and then I'd be okay with it. But she definitely has some very realistic medical roleplays. I believe she has a medical history. That probably explains a lot of it as well. Infinitely ASMR, we've done a collaboration. We've actually all three done a collaboration around Christmas time, the Tingle Bell Hospital, and Infinitely ASMR has a lot of different role plays that I wouldn't initially have thought would be very triggersome. Triggersome? Is that a new word? Things like phone consultations or dietary consultations. Those types of social interactions I get very anxious with. I really don't like being on the phone, but somehow she makes what would normally seem like an unpleasant experience for me. She makes role plays that totally relax you in the scenario. So she has some very unique role plays, and she is very delightful to listen to. She has a nice, pleasant voice, a very feminine voice. So definitely check those girls out if you haven't already. Alright, so continuing down my list, someone that I have listened to for the last couple of years, and it's a big shock that she has 4,200 subscribers. I mean, I have listened to her videos probably 100 times. But ASMR Peaceful Pleasure. She has one of the most soothing female voices that I have ever heard. It's a very feminine voice, but she's so calm in the way that she approaches everything. And she is so delicate with her words. I don't really know how to describe the way that she speaks, but it's very, very relaxing, and her presence is very relaxing. So if I ever have trouble sleeping, I know that I can go to any of her videos, and I'm probably going to be out in several minutes. But she recently came out with a very long face brushing video, and for the life of me, I cannot finish the entire video because I keep falling asleep during it. So definitely give her some love if you have not already. Another one would be ASMR Noire. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong. I played a video game a couple of years ago called Noire, and I know I'm pronouncing it wrong, but I don't know how to pronounce it. Maybe I'm even right on it. I have no idea. But he has 2,300 subscribers, and he has some very original content. Just to give you an idea, a couple of months ago, he had a video that came out, and it was an ASMR Hitler video, and I know that that sounds kind of like right off of the bat, but you'd have to watch it to understand it. He has some very unique ideas that you might not think would be ASMR. Some of them are kind of controversial, some of them, like the Hitler one, but you have to experience it to understand that it's not done with ill intent, and it's very, very tactful in how he does it. And it's not just that. I mean, he has a bunch of role plays that are very fun as well. He does a lot of collaborations with other ASMR artists, and when I saw that his subscriber count was only 2,300, I'm like, man, there's got to be something wrong with YouTube's algorithms, because this guy has like 600 videos and he's posting all of the time. Definitely show him some love, because it's a unique channel. You won't regret it. Waterwhispers ASMR. She's kind of a new artist that I have noticed in the last couple of months, but she has a very classic feminine voice that would be something like a elementary school nurse. She is so delightful to listen to. But sometimes when you're looking for something to help bring your anxiety down, or to control a panic attack or something like that, you want someone that has a gentle voice, or to just talk you to sleep. And she definitely has that voice and mannerism and presence to her. So at 1,500 subscribers, I suspect she's going to do really well in the future, just because she's a very, very adorable girl to listen to. ASMR Daniel. ASMR Daniel is someone that I had noticed on Reddit, and right now he is at 1,500 subscribers, give or take. And the first time that I had run into his channel, when he was asking about the mic testing, and he's come out with a couple of role plays since then. He's come out with a couple of other videos that are really, really good as far as the audio quality goes. He has a cranial nerve exam that he recently came out with. I think it was a couple of weeks ago. But I normally don't like videos that have constant dialogue, just because when I'm trying to sleep, sometimes I like those long moments of not necessarily silence, but you know, if you're imagining an ear cleaning or something like that, you don't have someone that's constantly talking to you while it's going on. And there was a lot of dialogue in this video, but oh my gosh, he has got a voice that just makes you want to like fall asleep and giggle, and it's just, he's a very pleasant person, I imagine. But his audio is fantastic. So if you're an audio trigger like I am, you're going to like his videos. This is one that I'm going to probably mispronounce, so I apologize, but it would be ASMR Salperium. He only has 251 subscribers when I checked last night, and that was astonishing to me because his content is very unique. His last video that he came out with was like a 1960s theme haircut, and I really have to admire artists that step outside of the box and then they do something that is a role play. I do the generic cranial nerve, you know, I'm putting stitches in your face sort of thing. But he has some very original content, and I think unfortunately YouTube's algorithms are maybe not picking up his meta tags the way that I would hope, because his content is so unique. But he's also stepping outside of the box, so if it's a non-traditional type of ASMR you're looking for, I think that you would definitely enjoy him. And especially at 251, give this guy some love. He really does deserve it. His content is very, very well thought and very well implemented. Trigger You ASMR. A lot of the times when I'm listening to an artist, I tend to favor foreign accents to me. I'm Central American accent, so anything that's slightly different from me, whether or not it's something like a Boston accent or, Southern United States accent or Russian, English, I tend to favor an accent that's different from my own. And Trigger You ASMR, she has 2,500 subscribers when I checked last night. She has a very nice, heavy Russian accent, and I think that that is one of the most, I don't know what the term is, most favorable accents to me. I really, really just like it. There's another content creator that's also Russian, but she's in the 50,000 category, so I'll get to her in a moment. But she has a very nice presence around the camera and the microphone. You feel like she's physically right there, but she's also very, very gentle in how she's approaching the viewer, and she's just very, very good at it. I hope that she gets a big boom because her work is definitely well thought out. ASMR Paradise is at 1,600 subscribers, and I've been listening to her for about a year. I'm amazed that she doesn't have more viewers, but her voice and her dialogue, it almost has a kind of monotone rhythm to it, which is, at first that kind of sounds like it's a bad thing, but it's not. It's very soothing. You don't have the really like excited highs, you don't have any really loud noises, but she's also speaking at a volume and a rhythm that you can very effectively hear, but it's a very, very nice steady rhythm to all of her videos, which I very much enjoy, especially when I'm trying to relax or when I'm trying to sleep, or if I'm trying to do office work and I don't want to have big gaps in between dialogue. And then I don't know, she's just very, very rhythmic. I think that you should definitely take a listen to her. All right, and one that probably a lot of people are fairly familiar with would be ASMR Power of Sound. I've noticed that over the last couple of his months, his channel has really taken off. He has 23,000 subscribers right now, and I remember not that long ago, he recently acquired a lot of those subscribers. But he's really funny character in front of the screen. He doesn't do a whole lot of the whisper, gentle type of role plays, but he comes in and he tells the viewer, like, I'm going to take care of you. And you're like, okay, all right. But he's very cool and chill about the way he does it as well. So if you haven't checked him out, I highly recommend it, because if you haven't, you're missing out. He's definitely a pro at that. And the last channel that I want to include is not an intentional ASMR channel. It was actually one of the first hypnotist channels that brought me kind of into the ASMR realm, which would be Eddini. We had a falling out about a year and a half ago, and I haven't spoken to him that much since then, but in 2009, I was going through a really rough period in my time, and it was when I was really starting to look at things on YouTube to help me relax, and I found his channel, and a lot of his sleep hypnosis videos were kind of my introduction to ASMR. It probably wasn't intended, but there's certain people that have a voice that will trigger you, whether it's intentional or not, and the combination of it being good hypnosis instructions combined with the soothing, relaxing voice of someone that really puts you in that state, I think that was a wonderful combination for me at the time. It was also around the time period where I had just graduated and I wasn't sure what I was going to do with my life. I had just gotten married. I had a new job that I was trying to get off of the ground, and there's a lot to be said about hypnosis and also a lot to be said about ASMR, and I think that the two sometimes go hand in hand. So he's at 6,700 subscribers. I would highly recommend giving him a shot, especially if you're dealing with things like anxiety. He has over 500 videos. At least I think it's 500 right now. It might be more than that. But he has hundreds of videos for almost every scenario, dealing with depression and anxiety to relaxation and sleep. He has a lot of variety. Okay, moving on to those that are over 50,000 subscribers. The first person I'm going to mention actually is very close to 50. She's at 42,000 right now, or at least last night. And that would be Cassie from Calming Escape. She is on the rise, but I have been listening to her for a couple of years, and when I wanted to look her up and include her on this list, I was actually really shocked that she doesn't have 50,000. I'm not sure if YouTube is just overlooking it or whatever is going on there, but definitely this woman should have 1 million subscribers at this point. She has a unique presence around the viewer, but if you've listened to her, you know what I'm talking about. Her gentleness, her tone. She's very realistic in a lot of the ways that she approaches things, but she also has a nature to her that you could just fall asleep when she's talking to you, sort of. I imagine anyways, but please give her some love. She earns it. Another one that Zach ASMR had also included, I'm also going to tag because I listen to him quite a lot. SensorAdi ASMR, SensorAdi, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but he's a Polish content creator, and again, that accent, it gets me every time. He does a lot of role plays, he does a lot of unique, he has a series called like the Godlike series, and it is purely noise, tapping, crinkling, things like wooden sticks rubbing up against each other. Just I usually go for the role plays, but he has some sounds that I see in the preview and I'm like, I'm not really gonna like wooden blocks touching each other. And then I listened to it and I was like, oh my gosh, where has this been all my life? So he has a lot. He has also very good medical role plays as well. The Waterwhispers, Ilsa, she has been making ASMR videos for a couple of years. I know that I've been watching her for a couple of years. She has a couple of different channels, one that's just for ASMR audio, and then one that's more towards roleplay and a little bit more of like personal attention, and she's at 175,000 subscribers. But she has been like a long-term staple of mine as far as who I listen to when I'm trying to work. A couple of months ago when I was working on getting the taxes done, I just put her playlist on, and she has one video that in particular that I like that's a layered sound video. It's words, it's audio, it's crinkling, but it's not distracting because it's not dialogue that you would really listen to, so it was perfect for doing number crunching back then. Latte ASMR. Latte is a Korean ASMR artist, at least I believe she's Korean, and a couple of months ago she was talking about learning English, so that but she was making English ASMR videos, and she was talking about her experience learning English, which she had only been doing for like a couple of months. Man, that girl, you would not believe it if you heard her, because she sounds very fluent in English. But she's like one of the most adorable. She's a very pretty girl, but she's adorable. Her voice and everything is very gentle and very feminine. But she is a staple of mine also in the last couple of months that I've been listening to. Highly recommend her, especially if you like a bit of a Korean accent to it. And the last content creator, I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Daria Lozhkina? She's the other Russian content creator that I had mentioned, and she is at 57,000 subscribers, and her role plays are very high quality. She has very good audio and very good video. Not only that, but she's extremely easy to look at. She's a very, very pretty woman, but she has some eyes on her that are so unique. I have never seen anybody with eyes that are quite her color. If you've seen her videos, you know what I'm talking about. But she has some very nice, playful videos. Even her medical role plays are very playful. But she is a delight to listen to. Her accent is very, very nice as well. So that pretty much sums up my list of 10 and 5. I really hope, especially for those that are under the 5,000 mark, that you guys can show some extra love to them. I think that there's a lot of complications with getting noticed on YouTube. I'm by no means an expert, but I know that sometimes the algorithms, thumbnail quality, just preference and gender, things like that are not always picked up. in other search results, and those are probably my current top 15 that I listen to on a regular basis. So I would hope that they can get maybe hopefully a little bit more attention from this recommendation. If you are in that list and you choose to pass the torch, keep the ball rolling, always appreciated. Help to bring notice to those who are still starting up, those that are making this a career path for them, and just to help support the art. That would definitely be appreciated from all of us. Kind of on a personal note, I know that a lot of people have also commented on the last couple of videos with my frame rate issue. I believe my camera is on the out. I have been using a HD webcam for the last couple of months. Actually, I want to say probably the last year I've been using this camera, and I have noticed that the quality of the video has gone down. With that, I've tried to troubleshoot whether or not it's the computer or if it is the software I'm using or just what the hiccup is. And the last couple of videos I made using a different piece of recording software. Without realizing it, it said it was recording in stereo, but it was not, and the audio quality was very, very quiet, and a lot of people have expressed how much they disliked that. So I just want to let you guys know I'm also getting some new recording equipment probably on Wednesday or Thursday this week. So in a couple of days I'll be doing a couple of mic tests, and hopefully that will be a better solution for it long term. If it's not, at least I'll have a better camcorder, something that does 1080p, and we'll just kind of see how that goes. But I wanted to apologize for the video and the audio quality in the last couple months. I don't know what's going on. I have tried replacing the computer, I've tried replacing the software, and it still seems to have a hiccup on one end of the spectrum. So we'll just see how that goes. But more to come. Thank you so much, guys, for being a part of this, and as always, thank you for supporting and contributing to my channel, whether or not it's being a subscriber, a frequent visitor, giving a thumbs up, or even a thumbs down. Statistically, the thumbs down actually does still benefit, so but thank you, I think. But nonetheless, thank you guys all for being here, and I will catch you guys later.